welcome.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sitting next to Anjali. This is James.
okie dokie.
It trips me out
All
every
right.
time. Anjali, are you okay? What happened to your voice?
What happened to my voice?
It got a little
Confusion.
deep.
Well, it's because I have to be like, James is sometimes on his phone or he's doing other things, and I'm like, dude, hello. If he's over there multitasking with all of his multiple monitors, I'm like, I can't just keep running around the apartment. So I make him sit next to me.
Fair. All right, we are recording, so I think that we're good to get started here. So, welcome everyone to the Collab.Land Co-op Town Hall number 10. This is crazy to me, and it's fantastic, and time sure flies. But anyways, we are joined today on the Collab.Land side by James and Anjali Young, both DAO officers for the Collab.Land Co-op, as well as co-founders of abridge.io, the creators of Collab.Land. The mission of Collab.Land is to create and enable community tools that encourage pro-social activity, as well as enabling collaboration and positive community interactions. James and Anjali have been strong champions of this mission, and it is great to have them here. Welcome, James and Anjali.
Thank you so much, Chibi, for having us. Thank you, everybody who is in the audience today. Town Hall 10 already? How can it be? It's been super fast, but also I just can't believe we're at 10 already.
I
It's
know.
crazy.
Great to be here.
For sure. Oh, great to have you here. And additionally, we have iSpeak Nerd joining the panel today. He is an amazing Collab.Land team's member focused on security and community. Welcome, Nerd. It's great having you here.
Thank you so much, Chibi. Always appreciate not having to host the events.
You're great at it, though. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And thanks, everyone in the audience. We also have some members of the Collab.Land team in the audience. I see Candy. So thanks, everyone, for joining. And just a couple of points to note before we kick off the conversation. We've got a POAP for today, which will be distributed by the end of the call. And we will be using the POAP Miniapp to claim this beautiful POAP. Just a sneak peek, we have changed the design for the POAPs, and they will be a little bit different from now on. And I am in love with this. It was designed by Anjali, and I think it's beautiful. So I hope that you will all like it as much as I do. I really think it's very cute. So yeah, we have that for later. During the call, we will walk you through the process to claim this POAP. It's a very easy process, and I'm sure some of you are already familiar with it. But yeah, with that said, I think that we're good to kick off the conversation. And our first topic for today's town hall is the Collab.Land Co-op and a recap of the Balancing in Public event that we had yesterday. And for this, I would like to bring a couple of questions for Nerd to answer to. And the first one would be, what are the latest updates regarding the Collab.Land Co-op proposals process? Any information to share?
Yeah, we got a lot. We actually went over everything in a lot more detail yesterday during the Balancing in Public discussion. And that recording is live. You guys can listen to it in the recordings thread or post, rather. I don't know. I just dropped a link to it, but to that particular post for that recording goes into more details on stuff if you're looking for more information. But the big high-level update for us is that the biggest blocker to governance and why governance has been taking so long, and people are, we're aware, people in the community are getting a little frustrated, understandably so. It's taking more time than we expected. But the biggest issue with that has been trying to meld this kind of, again, like melding legal and blockchain together, because we are a real world legal entity. We're a Colorado co-op headquartered in Denver. And we needed to get our contract, our governance contract, up and live and decided, and that really came down to deciding on the quorum numbers. Uh, was like kind of the biggest blocker is getting that set, because like what is counted for quorum, what is not, who is accounted as a official member, who is not, and getting all those little tiny finicky details defined and ironed out. But for the governance contract, it has a number of parameters that go into that. We're using a variant of the compound's Governor Bravo contract to do our voting and do our proposals. We're using the ERC20 Collab token. That's the DAO token for voting. It's going to be simple voting, so not quadratic, not exponential, just simple voting. One token equals one vote. Our proposal threshold, so the amount of collab required to have or have delegated to you in order to make a proposal to the DAO, is going to start at 650,000 collab, which is going to be 50% of the quorum requirement. And quorum is 10% of the 10% of the existing circulating supply that is held in DAO Pass wallets. Woo! And that number is about 12 point, no, sorry. There's about 12.9 million currently currently held in DAO Pass wallets. 10% of that is 1.3 million collab or so, 1.29. 50% of that is where we got the 650,000 collab from. So half of the quorum threshold to create a proposal in the first place.
And Nerd, really quickly, can you explain the reasoning behind that of having the proposal amount being some divisor of the quorum?
Yeah, so you shouldn't be able to make a proposal as any individual. You should have to, be talking with people and getting some consensus on your idea, making sure your idea is good, incorporating feedback from people, and doing some work on your ideas in order to even get it to the proposal stage. And ideally, you already know whether something is going to be is going to pass DAO proposals or not. Based on this work that you've already done. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making a proposal before it becomes an on-chain proposal. Like, we do a lot of discussion here in the forums, here on the Discord, and a lot of feedback gathering, a lot of writing and rewriting and editing, and getting people's feedback. Like Brian, I see Brian in the audience. Hey, Brian from Bankless DAO's got a lot of experience. Oh, Zephi's here too. What's up, Zephi? Have a lot of experience with dealing with that kind of stuff as well. So it's a similar idea there. So you should be getting tokens delegated to you in order to make your proposal. And then once your proposal goes live, you need to hit 1.3 million collab voted in order for it to be executed. So in other words, 10% of the potential collab that can vote, which is collab that's held or delegated to wallets that hold DAO passes.
Thank
To answer
you.
the question, sorry, I went off on a ramble there.
It's all right. No, I just wanted for other people that were listening, for them to understand why you'd have a lower threshold for proposing than it would be for quorum. So thank you.
Oh yeah. You would want to make sure that it's an achievable number for people to get to create the proposal in the first place. And it doesn't really make sense for the quorum threshold to be lower than the proposal threshold, or the quorum requirement to be lower than the proposal threshold, because then it's kind of already decided if something is going to pass or not by the time you've proposed it. Like, you've already hit quorum when you propose it, if the proposal threshold is not lower than the quorum requirement.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, and just a clarification on one last clarification on that. If you would like to delegate voting power for anything, whether that's you want to delegate to yourself, you want to delegate to somebody else in order to make a proposal, anything like that, delegations need to happen before proposals are submitted because of the snapshot that happens, which means that even if you delegate your voting power after a proposal is up, it is still not going to count for that particular proposal because of the snapshot. So once delegation goes live, which is going to be very, very soon, make sure you delegate that stuff in order to have your votes counted.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great clarification. And let's see. Where can people find more information about this? Because I remember there was a town hall where we talked about the proposals flow, and I think that may be good information for people to have. Let's see.
Yeah, I did summarize all this stuff with links. Like all of this stuff is summarized plus with links. It's all written down for you guys in a forum post that I put up yesterday. So I will drop that with the link for the recording. They're both in there, and I'll bump that as well in the stage chat. Sorry, just type in as I go. This is the public summary doc.
That works. Thank you so much, Nerd. Is there anything else from the Balancing in Public event that happened yesterday that you think we can share with the audience in here? Anything else relevant that we may be missing?
Just that we're breaking new ground here, and that's why this is really taking so long, because again, we're using a variant of the Governor Bravo contract. Nobody else in the industry, none of the DeFi DAOs use a membership token. They just having a certain amount of the ERC20 token is membership. That's how they consider it. And so that's why we're having to do extra due diligence and make sure we are treading very, very carefully as we create something new here, create something new. A variant of Governor Bravo. Is this the Governor Gamma contract coming out? I don't know. We'll see if other people in the space pick up on it, but it's the making sure we're sticking to our legal structure and using blockchain here that is making things tricky.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Nerd. That was a lot of information, but it's great to be able to share it with everyone. We know it can be confusing, but it helps a lot to talk about it and to hear you talking about it. And
yeah, definitely. That first proposal is coming out for governance. Aiming for next Friday, everybody. Next Friday, 5/12. What? 5/12 for governance start, and that's going to be our ratifying the town hall time and the values that came out of the mission, vision, values discussions way back when, as kind of a whatchamacallem governance test, attempt check, see how much activation we get on the for governance in those things. But that's going to be happening, aiming for going live next Friday, and we'll have more updates for you guys to share next week on that. But that's what we're aiming for.
That's awesome. Thank you, Nerd. I'm so looking forward to it. It's gonna be super exciting. So thank you, Nerd, for the recap and for those updates when it comes to the Collab.Land co-op. And with that, I think that maybe one last note is that we will keep having these kind of pop-up meetups to discuss in public with the community. So yeah, stay tuned to those. We like to have this to get the opinion of everyone and to be as transparent as possible and to share this kind of information with our community. So I think those are very important. And yeah, again, thanks, Nerd, because those sessions have been fantastic. So yeah, with that, we are good to talk about our next topic, which is also a very exciting one because there's some announcements that we have to share with you guys today. And that's the mini app marketplace. For this, I have a couple of questions for both James and Nerd. And the first one would be, when will new mini apps be added to the marketplace? And do we know what these mini apps will be? Maybe James, if you can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, happy to, and so excited. We have a mini app coming into the marketplace very soon. We are finishing up all the details, but it should be coming out this week. It is our hackathon winner. I can't believe it's been about 2 months now since ETH Denver. And so much has happened, not only with what's happening in Collab.Land, but what's happening in the world of AI. And Spark AI is our mini app hackathon winner. And that is the name of the product that the company Community One, which is the company name, which is a community AI community engagement product company. They are the ones that built Spark AI, and it is an AI-powered Discord mini app that will take in your information about your project, so that you, as a community admin or other members in the community, don't have to be sitting there and answering all of the FAQ questions or any of the newbie questions. The AI will take in information about your project. You upload information, documents, you point it to URLs, and the AI bot will then be able to answer questions for new users. And it allows the community members to quickly get automatic, customized answers to their questions directly within the server. It's super exciting, and I can't believe that it's been 2 months. It just seems like a lifetime ago almost. And this is just the beginning for not only the mini app marketplace, but how we're going to be able to leverage all this new great tech. And the marketplace is going to show that. So watch out this week, mini app in the marketplace, Spark AI, and there's some other mini apps that are going to be coming.
I have a question about Spark AI. So right now, like the way Chat GPT-4 works, if I ask questions for any of these new projects, I wouldn't get an answer.
Yeah, so with the current version of ChatGPT, I think the deadline is like September of 2021 is when it stopped looking on the internet for information. So with Spark AI, you can give it your latest and you can update it, and it actually is pretty amazing. And I think this is just the beginning when it comes to being able to manage communities and members at scale. Because with a regular community, an IRL community, you're bounded by physical space, but online communities, it can be really large, and it's international with time zone differences and things like that. So I think we're gonna see a lot more of these tech-inspired tools coming in to help community admins and communities in general be able to better manage. So looking forward to that. And then we have 2 more mini apps that are ready to be added, but they first need to go through the process flow for the social mini app approval. But super excited.
Indeed, that sounds awesome. I'm so looking forward to trying these mini apps. So that's really, really exciting. Thank you, James, for sharing that. And just one more question about something that you just mentioned. What is this process flow for the mini app approval? How's that going to work? I know that Nerd, you were working on that process flow, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about that and how it's going to work.
Yes, I'd love to. Super excited.
Awesome.
Let me open up that doc here so that I can screen share with people. Whoop. Share screen. Miniapps, better readability. Okay, so screen share should have gone live for y'all. Please say so. Drop it in the chat if you can see that, please. Awesome.
see.
Thank you, Zephi. Cool. Thanks, JB. Appreciate it. Thanks. How do I say your name? Aprion? Aprion? Aprion. Thanks. But yeah, so basically this is a social approval process for these mini apps. How do these things become approved? How do we get people's ideas on these? How do we make sure that these things have eyes on them? They're getting feedback. The developers get to talk to the people who are going to be using their apps and facilitating all of these conversations. So basically someone comes into this, they have an idea for a mini app, or maybe they've already got a product and they want to turn it into a mini app, anything like that. Well, first off, you come into here and you create a post in the mini app ideas forum with the details, and this is inside of the Discord. We have a mini app ideas forum channel right here. Boop. Select your tags when you go to create a new post. We've got some ideas in there already, by the way, guys, if you haven't been to check those out. But you can create a post in there. You get some community feedback from the admins and corporate feedback from the admins. Admins are the ones who are going to be installing these things. And then update the dev status on that post as things go in. So in other words, I'm kind of explaining as if I'm coming in and I'm brand new to this and we haven't seen these things before. Then iterate through this, iterate, continue to improve, make improvements, all that stuff. When you're ready as a developer, when you're ready to send this stuff out, you're going to exit this loop with some documentation. You're going to have your documentation for install, a mini app tutorial explanation for the help.collab.land site. Submit your URL, action URL, and that metadata to the DevRel people. Then we're going to have this thing. What the heck is this? This thing called Demo Day. Demo Day. Demo Day. This is something new, something we haven't seen before. We're going to have an event where we're going to be presenting the mini apps to the Collab.Land server community admins. An event! Yeah! It's going to be live demos. Live demos. People are going to show up. You better show up, have some memes, have some shit posting ideas, have some examples, have some docs ready to go. All this stuff for the admins to look at and have the developers be able to answer questions and demonstrate their mini apps, how to use it, why you would want to use it. Are there any communities that are already using your project, using your product? How are they using them? And being able to showcase all of that information in one single place. And doing that in a live demo that'll be recorded, and then make sure we got a lot of stuff happening in the Discord server on that day. Now, just because our token governance still isn't live, that's going live again. We're aiming for next week. We're not going to be using full-on token voting for approval of those things at this stage. We're going to be doing what I'm calling a multi-sig approval, is kind of what I'm talking about right now, where we're going to have the community voting for approval of these mini apps using one person, one vote in Discord. So in other words, putting it in a gated Discord channel and voting inside of there, we'll do some polls for voting. And we'll run that over time, let's say like a week for voting, async for people to review the recording if they weren't able to make it to that event, review the documents, make sure they understand it, maybe they try it out a little bit, and then they can vote to approve. Again, this is kind of like a multi-sig or 2 of 3 multi-sig. 2 of those are, or 1/3 of that is the community, and 2/3 of that is like a team and an impartial member. If something's approved, or if something is not approved, make edits. You go back to the start of this thing, follow it back up, follow it up, and you're back up in here creating post in mini app ideas. But if you are approved, which is going to be likely for very likely for our mini apps coming through this first cycle here, then the dev team pays a listing fee in Collab using the unlock protocol, and we're going to have some documents to better explain that process. we'll have the documentation that the team has created added to help.collab.land. Then Collab.Land team is going to activate the mini app in the marketplace, and then boom, it's live. Admins can install it. Documentation is up. Discussion's been happening. People are getting, teams are getting feedback. Admins are getting to install. It's going to be super, super awesome. Super great process. I'm super excited about this. And I know I've been talking for a while, so I'll pause here for questions. Questions, comments, concerns here.
I think this is fantastic.
Thank you.
Mm.
It's my
guess-
brain baby.
Are we going to be streaming it anywhere or recording it? Like, what about people that miss it? Of course, we don't want them to miss it so they can ask questions in real time from our demonstrators on Demo Day. But will it be recorded anywhere for anybody?
Yes, it will be recorded and available on the Collab.Land YouTube channel, and likely streamed out as well live during the event. But you definitely want to be in the Discord on that demo day so that you're able to ask questions to the developers directly in that moment. You're able to know who is in charge of which mini apps and who you're going to ask questions to. So if I'm Brian L coming in and I want to install the Spark AI mini app, and I install it, and then I'm having some issues with something, I know it's related to Collab.Land, but I don't necessarily know who the individual is that is going to be able to answer my questions, but I know they're in the server. And if I show up on the demo day, you'll be able to find out exactly who the devs are who are giving these presentations, and you can know who you need to talk to in the Collab.Land server for those things. And that's really the goal here, is we're facilitating these connections between the admins and the developers and making sure everybody's talking and getting the voting done for these approvals. I see Brian's typing in the chat right now, though, so let's give him a bit. But great question, Anjali. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm really excited about this demo day. At Collab.Land, James and I actually got to participate in a demo day for Vayner, end of 2021, I think. So that was just a lot of fun, where people, like, different projects came on one after another and just explained what they were doing and how they were doing it. And people were able to ask questions in the chat in real time. This was on YouTube. I don't know how we're planning on doing it here, but I think that's a really great idea, where you can have like a chat Q&A that we're following along. And I know we do that here as well with our town halls and different events, but it was actually really super useful. So I'm excited about it.
Heck yeah. Brian says is just checking out the ace emojis.
I love that.
No worries.
I find myself doing that quite often as well because I love them all. So thanks for sharing that. That's great.
Love it. Love to see it.
And thank you, Nerd. This is really great. Also super excited about this, and yeah, looking forward for this first demo day. That's going to be great. Is there anything else? Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm back.
There you are.
Demo
Welcome
day.
back.
We're looking to have this at the end of next week, similar time to when we're looking to start governance again. Governance would be week of 5/12. Yeah, 5/12 is Friday. So end of next week. Similar timing, guys. Similar timing. It's crazy. It's all happening. It's happening. Oh! We're looking to have that first demo day towards the end of next week. If you're on the media team, come out this Friday. We'll be talking about how we activate people and get people to show up for that. If you're thinking you want to be involved in this process somehow, grab the media team role right now from the media team channel. From the Get Roles channel. Get media team role from Get Roles. Then go to media team. We will be meeting on Friday. 5. What is that? 5/5 is Friday? Friday 5/5.
Indeed.
Let's go.
That's right. Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yes.
Although I know it has a controversial. It's controversial in the US and in other countries, I know. But yes, come to Media Team. Thank you. You mentioned Media Team, so I'm going to do a little shilling for Media Team. If you're interested in Media Team, please join. It's every Friday at 12:30 Eastern, and we'd love to have you.
Absolutely. Right. I think pretty much covered all of the updates regarding the marketplace and how the proposals flow is going to work. Is there anything else that we would like to add here, Nerd?
Oh, yes. The three mini apps that are going to be coming to that demo day and giving presentations. I dropped it in the chat yesterday, but let me copy paste that real quick. Boom. We've got W3W.ai, a Web3 CRM. We've got Chain Patrol, which is a security application for communities. And we've got Spark AI, which is an AI-fed customizable question response bot. And those are things that are going to be coming to that demo day. Spark AI was actually our hackathon winner from ETH Denver 2023 from this year. So they are actually going live no matter what the result of the poll happens. In other words, them going live does not depend on the DAO vote because they won the ETH Denver hackathon. But the other two need to be approved by the DAO, and we want to make sure that everyone comes out and gets to check these things out and gets to see what's happening and get these things installed and start using them because they're super cool.
So exciting. Awesome. Thank you, Nerd. All right. And I think that with this, we are good to talk about our next topic for the town hall, and that is our top 100 communities and token claim. So, what are the latest updates regarding our top 100 communities? I will share real quick a graphic that has some of the deadlines that are coming up comes to our top 100 communities, and just to talk a little bit about them. Our round 3, the final round for our top 100 communities proposals has begun, and we will have a 1-week period that already started and will last until Monday the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, until Monday the 8th, in which communities will be able to submit their proposals if they haven't yet, and also communities that already submitted their proposals but they were go backs, meaning that they had to resubmit their proposals, they will have a chance to do it within this period of time. So from now until Monday next week, all of these communities will have their very last chance to submit their proposals to receive their token allocation. So I think it's worth mentioning that if you are part of any of these communities and you noticed that they haven't submitted a proposal yet, maybe you can bring it up to ask if they would like to do it, because now is the time to do so. Now until Monday again, all communities will be able to submit their proposals for round 3, the very last round, just to mention that again. What else? For round 2, for the communities who submitted proposals for round 2, we will be sharing today the final decision about their proposals and also some feedback. Some of them need to get back to us with some answers regarding their proposals, and we will share all of the next steps with these communities. You can see all of this. This will be public. These will be sent within their post in the top 100 community proposals channel that I will link real quick. So if you want to stay tuned or are following or part of any of these communities, you can take a look at their post. You can follow it too if you would like to receive notifications. for any specific community post, and you can follow along. We will be sharing this today again, later today. And
I had one
Angela,
question. Yeah, I just have one
Absolutely.
question for everybody in the audience. Like, what are some of the reasons why a community proposal would become a go back and wouldn't get approved?
Well, there are several reasons. Let's take a quick look. I think some of the most relevant ones are if communities want to give part of their token allocation to their core team. This is not the intention of the distribution. We want the token to be given to the communities themselves. So when this is part of a proposal, we need to ask about that, what they mean with their core team, because if it's only going to their core team for being the core team, we don't really want that to happen. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons why a proposal can result in a go back. Some of them don't share enough information about how their tokens are going to be distributed. It depends on how much information they provide, and I guess if the distribution is possible or not, or if anything seems sketchy. We have had some cases in where members bring something up that we need to investigate, or where, I don't know, their project changes, and so more investigation is required. So that can be a reason too. What else? I think those are the main reasons. Lack of information, of details, allocation to the core team. Yeah, those are, I think, the main ones that I can think of. But anyways, a go back doesn't mean that the proposal was rejected and there's nothing to do about that. It means that they can resubmit their proposal and make these changes, and they can give it another try. And so, yeah, they have the opportunity to do so. All of the communities that submit their proposals, if they're a go back, they have the chance to resubmit. And again, for round 3, this is the final round, and all of these proposals will also have that opportunity. If they are a go back, these will be the last round where they will be able to resubmit their very, very last version of their proposal for us to take another look at and to make a final decision about their proposal. So yeah, all of this is happening. We will have a public comment period from Monday next week until Friday next week, so from the 8th until the 12th, for you to read all of these new proposals and resubmissions, and you can provide your feedback. This is a very, very important period of time, because this is where you get to ask questions, to raise your concerns, to talk with the team, with this community's team, and yeah, to clarify anything that you find in the proposal that maybe you don't agree with, or that you maybe want to know more about. This is the moment where you can bring all of those questions up, and we will be considering those when we review the proposals as well. So just to quickly mention that, we will also make sure to announce it in the announcements channel when this period of time begins. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the deadlines. We will share our decisions and feedback for the round 3 on May 15th. And these communities are going to be able to resubmit their final proposal if they're a go back from the 15th until the 19th. Just to quickly mention, and in case maybe you noticed or you haven't yet, but all of this process is being done before May 23rd. And why is that? That's because our token claim period ends on May 23rd, 2023. So that's less than a month away, but it's worth giving that reminder. So if anyone in the audience is eligible to claim tokens and haven't yet, you have until May 23rd. Just to briefly mention that, I think that's an important thing to note. And one last thing is that all unclaimed tokens, this includes members who don't claim their tokens, and also the top 100 communities tokens allocations. All of the unclaimed tokens will return to the DAO treasury. So there's that as well. I know that some people have asked in the chats, and I think mainly in the chats. But yeah, just to quickly mention that, again, all unclaimed tokens return to the DAO treasury. I think that's all when it comes to top 100 communities. As always, stay tuned because we will be sharing all of the information publicly as soon as we have it. Right, and I think this is a good time to bring up our next topic, and this is an exciting one. This is the consensus event summary. You may know if you attended our previous town hall that we had Anjali go to consensus, and we would like to know, Anjali, what were some of the highlights of the event? What can you share with us?
Yeah, I mean, I will say this was my first time at Consensus. I was really curious about it. I was so exhausted after ETH Denver that I didn't make it to NFTLA or NFT NYC. And so I was very, very excited about Consensus, seeing something completely new and different, and really wanting to compare it to ETH conferences, which I'm very familiar with, and NFT conferences, which I'm very familiar with. So I will say Consensus has a definitely its own unique flavor. It's much more corporate feeling, but I gotta say, like, they didn't lose that intimacy either. It definitely felt more like just a really beautiful party of people that were interested in crypto. So it was just really beautiful. And I think Consensus or Coindesk, the sponsors of Consensus, did a really wonderful job with their layout of their booths, and just even having carpeting in the location, like, made it slightly quieter. Those of you that go to conferences, you know, like, your throat is going to hurt so much just talking to people because you have to, like, get above the noise. It didn't feel that way at all, which I loved. Okay. So as far as like the booths themselves, Near had a huge presence. I was actually sharing that with my team this morning. Near Blockchain had the largest booth right in the center of the conference. So I think we should expect some big things coming out of them, or at least they're definitely more public facing now. For Near Blockchain. And then I saw a lot of NFT community type initiatives like metaverses and platforms, and still places for communities to gather. And it's really interesting because, you know, this is our third birthday of Collab.Land doing community work. And community work in 2020, when we started in May of 2020, was non-existent. And so now to be in the third year of Collab.Land and seeing so many more projects come up around community is really exciting. Here at Collab.Land with a bridge, we believe in community. We think this is the way to mass adoption. And so for us to be able to see that movement forming around community, and the excitement still and the builders still streaming in, is very exciting. So I would say that was happening for what I saw in terms of, I saw a lot of community projects. And like I said, I saw it Near that was had the largest booth. It was incredibly hard to miss. Polkadot had a really large booth too as well, now that I mention it. Okay, so what are some other things that were happening? Well, you know, I'm kind of calling this bear market things, but all the panels that I went to and sat on and listened to were talking about bear market things. How are we managing? What's the struggle like? Founders being more vulnerable about sharing their challenges. And I actually love that as a founder, being able to hear other founders talking about the things that are hard, and which we really try to do with Collab.Land as well, which is we're sharing out loud the things that are hard or challenging or confusing, or that we're balancing. Our whole series, Balancing in Public, is really an opportunity to share with our community, like, what are our challenges right now? What are the confusing things that are coming up that we need to, like, figure out and For example, with our voting, it's what does our Colorado co-op charter say versus what is the blockchain capable of? So it's like there's a lot of different balancing. But for investors right now, or not even investors, for founders right now, it's a lot of challenges. Royalties are gone, right? Scams and hacks happen even at the founder level. Expectations from holders, the expectations that they were far exceeding during the bull market. Now, what are those same expectations that holders have during a bear market? You know, for builders, we know bear markets are for building, but what do we do when you have holders and you have to deal with those challenges? The media challenges, the marketing challenges, the wanting to be forthright, but also being aware of how that story can be twisted. I mean, there's so many things that happen at the founder level. And I was just really deeply moved by the founders and the project leads that were out there speaking at these panels, talking about with vulnerability and sharing their personal experiences through this. And those of you that are going to a non-fungible conference in Lisbon, I'm going to be attending that one, and I'm going to be talking about Collab.Land token launch. Like, what do we expect beforehand? What happened and what were the after effects? So I'm also planning already this year to be talking about that and sharing that story because actually, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but we had the token launch and then we had ETH Denver. And online, it was a lot that we had to handle, right? In terms of there were a lot.
Can you hear her, Chibi?
No, I can't. I thought it was me. This always happens. Oh, this was being so fun. I think she'll rejoin.
She'll soon be back, and in greater numbers.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Just that
Hey!
worked.
Okay, wonderful. Anyway, I don't even know where I dropped off, but I'm going to try to get through this consensus wrap up, but I got stuck on talking about the vulnerability of founders. I can't help it. It's just near and dear to my heart. So, yes, that was really wonderful. So, if any of you get to listen to any talks from Consensus, please do. I highly recommend it. So much good stuff. Okay. Next, I got to go to the Q Protocol event. Q Protocol, for those of you who don't know, that was our 24th blockchain that we have integrated with Collab.Land. So now Collab.Land supports all tokens on Q blockchain. So definitely check them out. It was actually a really wonderful event because Q blockchain, Protocol is very committed to their communities, very committed to their project leads and to the creators that are building on Q Protocol. They're an EVM chain. Definitely check them out. It was wonderful meeting them. You know, a lot of this, as you know, just like I'm talking to, our relationships are on Zoom or over Discord stages or over Twitter. And so being able to meet in IRL with a project like Q Protocol that believes in community, wanted Collab.Land as part of their infrastructure, it was just a really beautiful thing. So I will say Q Protocol, check them out. They're a really wonderful team, a very community-minded team. So even in the future, if you're thinking about where you want to do your next project or you hear about them, then just know they definitely are truly committed to community, and their support of Collab.Land shows that. Let's see, and then the other two events were top 100 community events. So on Tuesday of Consensus Week, we co-hosted an event with Galaxy, Galxe. They are one of our top 100 communities, and that was so much fun. They are more, they do events at most conferences, so this is the first time we were invited to participate, and it was so wonderful meeting all the other people that are part of the Galaxy network. I don't know, there were probably at least 500 people there. It was incredible for a conference party. I mean, definitely one of the biggest ones I've been to. And they're just a delightful team over there. Check them out, Galxe. And they're one of our top 100 communities. And like Chibi mentioned, you could probably look at their proposal. I don't know, Chibi, if their proposal is available to view in the Discord or if it's already been moved to our Mirror account where we have the approved proposals listed. Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, it can be found in both places. We have the Mirror article. I'll look for it real quick and post it in the state chat. And it's also available in the Top 100 Community Proposals channel. So if you go there and use the search bar, you can write the name of the project and it should show up.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely check out Galaxy. They're a pretty big project. I mean, they're in our top 100, but I think even outside of community, they do lots of different types of activities. So definitely check them out. That was on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we co-hosted a happy hour with another top 100 community, CyberConnect. And that was a lot of more fun too. It was more intimate, but it was really great for me personally, I will say, and for Collab.Land as a project, because everyone I met during the week, I was be able to invite them to this event on Friday night, and a lot of people showed up. And there are a lot of new mini apps um, that were kind of formed during that happy hour. So kind of circling back to Nerd and the whole mini app process. There are a lot of interesting mini apps that are coming, and it was really cool because people would tell me about their project, and I would say, "Hey, what do you think about building a mini app for Collab.Land?" And how about this? And trying to kind of like figure out a mini app idea with them. And I think there's a lot of fun stuff coming for communities outside of just that happy hour. So definitely keep an eye out on what's happening. And for those of you that are admins, it's in the command center. So if you're going to the Collab.Land command center, then you're going to be able to see a, a banner that says, or a subject heading that says marketplace, check it out. All of those are one-click install straight into your server. So there's a lot of fun stuff already there, which is POAP. We're going to be using that later. Kudos. I definitely want to be sending kudos to all of you once this is over. And then there's a lot of new fun ones coming, like we talked about Spark AI, where you're going to be able to use AI right in your collab or in your server that uses Collab.Land. So that is my summary from Consensus. Check out the events. Near had the largest booth, Polkadot second, lots of great panels, Q Protocol, Galaxy, and CyberConnect.
Oh, so exciting. Thanks, Anjali. I always FOMO so bad because I'm not able to attend to these events. But sometime in the future, I will, and it's going to be fantastic. So it's
It is.
super exciting to hear about them.
I absolutely desperately miss you at these events. I think you would be a rock star. And I can't wait for us to be at a conference together.
Absolutely. It will happen. Yeah, thanks again, Anjali. And speaking of events, I know that there's another event happening today, in where you will be joining. Anjali, can you tell us a little bit about this event?
Yes, I will be really brief on this one. I know we're running out of time. Shell Protocol, which is also one of our top 100 communities, invited me to be on a video podcast today at 3 p.m. Eastern. Chibi or Nerd, maybe you could put the link in the chat. That would be awesome if you want to check it out. I'm not 100% sure about the agenda, but Shell Protocol is one of our top 100 communities, so I'm going to be talking about community. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So check it out. There's a YouTube link, I think, for it, and it's gonna. I don't know how the question and answer is going to work, so we're gonna find out. But that's today at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then just want to give a shout out to Media Team again. I know we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but if you have a podcast, you're a writer, you have a blog, if you're interested in writing an article, anything, you have Twitter Spaces, and you'd like to invite us to speak or to talk about things, join Media Team. Grab the roll and get rolls. Join the Media Team channel. Ask your questions. You can also DM me on Twitter. I'm Dama De Roca, DamaDeroca. Yeah, happy to support anyone here, anyone that's part of the Collab.Land community, if they want to talk things community. So I'm open and welcome for that. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We share the links in the stage chat in case that you guys would like to attend to this event. You can RSVP in there, and there's also the YouTube link for you to set a reminder if you're interested in joining. That's later today. And I just took a look at the time right now, so I think this is a great time to share the POAP for today's town hall. thanks everyone so much for being here and for waiting. And I'm just checking real quick that it's all set up before sharing. All right, and I think we're good to go. So to claim today's POAP, we will be using the POAP mini app as we mentioned before. So all you need to do is to write in any of the chats of the server /POAP claim, and that's going to ask for a claim phrase. Thank you, Nerd. You can also click on that command that Nerd just sent in the state chat, and that will allow you to use the command. And what you will write in the claim phrase box is movie night. We haven't talked about this yet, but I thought it was a fun one because just real quick, we're going to have a movie night this Sunday, so that's exciting. And yeah, we chose that word for today's POAP. It's all lowercase with no spaces in between. Movie night is the claim phrase. Please do not. Oh, I don't think that was intentional, but please do not share the word in a written format because that's against POAP policies. Again, I don't think that was intentional, but it's always worth mentioning. Yeah, if you didn't get the word, we can repeat it. Just let us know. But once more, the claim phrase is movie night, all lowercase, and no spaces in between. Once that you write that down, you can hit enter and you will receive a link to claim your POAP. Awesome. See that it worked for Nerd and Angeli, but everyone please let us know if it worked for you. Again, the secret phrase is movie night, all lowercase, and no spaces in between.
I also want to mention, if you like the way this POAP mini app works, you can add it to your own server with one-click install in the Collab.Land marketplace.
Thank you, Angeli. And it's totally free to install for now, but maybe that will change in the future if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it's free to claim right now. In the future, we're probably going to be adding Collab token. So for those of you that are holding on to Collab token, you'll be able to use it as well to download these mini apps. But they are all free for a limited time.
Thank you for that clarification. And awesome. I think that people were able to claim it. Just once more, the secret phrase is movie night, all lowercase, no spaces in between. And you need to use the POAP claim /command in order to claim your POAP. I hope that you like this one. I think it's beautiful. I love the colors and the gradient. I think it's really cute. So please let us know about that as well. It's always exciting to read your feedback. All right, and well, we have just a couple more points to talk about in this town hall, but feel free to leave the call, or if you would like to stay just to hear about these very last topics that we have to discuss during town hall. We really appreciate that. So yeah, feel free to stay. We really appreciate it. And yeah, if you need to hop off to do anything else, that's all right too. And we're super thankful for you joining the town hall. But yeah, all right. What else is going on when it comes to community and events? We have our meme contest. It's been going on for, I think, a week or two at this point, and it's going to be live until May 9th. So you still have let's see, one more week to submit your memes. So that's going to be exciting. There's a lot of great submissions so far. So I love that. I love seeing those. And all you need to do to join is to create a Collab.Land related meme. And in order to submit it, you need to go to the memes channel. I just sent it in the state chat. You will upload your meme image, and before you send it, you need to tag the Collab.Land bot along with your submission. and then you hit send. It will ask for you to confirm that you want to submit that meme. And when you hit confirm, that's all. It will be submitted to the platform. So yeah, feel free to join. We are loving this, and we would love to see you join. So give it a try. I'll also, let's see, I guess to briefly talk about the meme contest mini app. It's been a good experience so far. It's very easy. So if you give it a try and you like it and you're in any other community that you think could benefit from it, if you think they could host a meme contest, if you think it's a fun idea, you can bring it up to the community admins of that community. And again, it's as easy as a one-click install, and it's very easy to create the meme contest as well. You will need to use a / command to create the meme contest. Then you will have to fill out a form. It's a Google form with some information about the contest that will be sent to the meme market team, and they will get back to you if in case that they need any more information, and they will help you set up the meme contest. So it's super easy. It was a very quick process. So yeah, we encourage you to bring it up to your community leaders if you think it would be cool to have this kind of contest in other communities that you're part of. Right, and then let's see, we do have some more events to briefly mention. One of them is Collab.Land Community Twitter Spaces coming this Thursday. Maybe Anjali, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
cool. This Thursday we are doing a I don't know if we have a name for it yet, but it's Collab.Community, and you usually have a fun name like the integration situation or spotlight on security. I don't know if we have one for this one, but I guess we could use integration situation. And we're going to be having the founders of Spark AI, which is that mini app that we're going to be having in the Collab.Land marketplace that anybody with a Collab.Land bot installed is going to be able to use. A Spark AI, where you put in all your information for your project, and then people are going to be able to use it and ask questions to Spark AI just the same way we do right now to to ChatGPT 4. But it'll be all your custom information, which is going to be great for onboarding, which is going to be great for events that you're having, so you don't have to keep saying it over and over again. It's going to take the ease off your moderators. So many benefits to it. Really, you can feed it anything you want and have those questions and answers available to your community. So please come Thursday. I think it is at 1:30 Eastern on Twitter. So we'd love to have you. Candy is the host. She's moving right now, which is why she's not in the chat right now, in town hall with us. But she will absolutely be hosting, and we're going to have Louisa and the rest of her team, our East Denver Sun winners. So please come. That'll be on Thursday.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anjali. And there's one more event. Two more events that we would like to talk a little bit about just to bring it up to everyone's attention. One of them is Collab.Land Plays with the Pull Together community. Maybe Nerd, would you like to tell us a little bit about this event?
Oh man, we're still got stuff to do. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we get this thing, Collab.Land Plays, coming up. We did some polls in the server. Ooh, they've been running for like a week plus or so, and I'm not able to find it in the sidebar right now. So I'm just going to use text search for it. But yeah, there's the forum post basically explaining this thing. We're going to be playing King of the Castle. It's super fun. It's basically a competitive game of intrigue, chaos creation, and chaos management, where y'all are role-playing as the nobles of the kingdom trying to wrest control from the tyrannical monarch and install your own claimant to the throne. It's a totally free game, 100% free. Oh yeah, Z5 played with us. Heck yeah. Z5 was even doing the voices with us. Fuck yeah. It's super fun. It's 100% free for everybody. All y'all need to do is show up. There's going to be delegation boosts as prizes from Pool Together and some Collab.Land merch as well for the winning team. The game takes at most it's going to take 2 hours. Just really depends on how fast the kingdom dissolves into chaos. But it's super fun. You guys can see the polls. I've ended the polls now, but we're definitely having one on May 21st and Sunday, June 4th. The time is likely going to be 1 p.m., but possibly 9 a.m., and those are Pacific times, because it just depends on what the Pool Together community can do, because I know they have a lot more folks over in Europe, so I'm not sure if 1 p.m. Pacific is too late for them or not. So time will be either 1 p.m. PST or 9 a.m. PST, depending on Pool Together community. And thanks, Zephi, I appreciate it. And so yeah, it's a super cool crossover event we're going to be having. First one is the 21st, is in 3 weeks. So those events will get posted probably next week. I'm waiting to hear back from Pool Together right now with more details from their end. But yeah, this is happening. It's going to be super fun. Definitely show up. If we have more than 24 players, we will be moving to the Collab.Land Twitch and playing via Twitch chat, which is another way we can play. But bring your friends, bring your grandma, bring your cousin, bring your sister's, auntie's, wife's, mother's, daughter's son, and it's going to be a great time.
That sounds super exciting.
It is.
I want to join. I will join. I don't know how to play, but I remember you once told me that it doesn't require any practice, so I'll just show up and hope for the best.
Yeah, it's totally okay for beginners. It's really simple. Like, you can kind of think of it as like it's like a collaborative choose your own adventure story. You remember the old choose your own adventure books. If here's a decision, here's a situation. If you choose to take the crown of madness, go to page 7. If you choose to throw it in the ditch, go to page 5, and like those kinds of things. It's basically that as a video game with teams and competition and hilarity. It's amazing.
Well, that sounds great. Thank you, nerd. Just checking real quick. All right, I think we do have just one more event that I would like to bring up. That's also a very exciting one because this is the first time we are hosting one of these events, and I already mentioned it during the POAP distribution. But we are having a Sunday movie night this coming Sunday, so that's May 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern time zone. And I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. We're going to be hosting this in this stage channel. So in this same channel, we have put up a poll. I'll link it real quick. That's in the Collab.Land Movie Night events room post. And I would like to get all of your opinions, all of your votes in this poll that we put up. That's about what's your favorite movie genders. We're also going to post one for movie suggestions, for movie options to watch on Sunday. I will do it after I see some votes in this one, just to get an idea of what people would like to watch the most. So if you have a moment, please go to this poll and you can vote for as many options as you want. But we are really, really interested in knowing your preferences, your opinion when it comes to movies and what you like to watch. So yeah, that's an exciting something that we're going to try this coming Sunday. We're going to be screen sharing the movie. The idea is for all of us to watch together and to share our comments and our thoughts about it, and we can just have this nice session where all of us are going to share this time watching something together. So I'm really, really excited about that. Again, that's this coming Sunday. I will also link. I'm not sure if it's up yet. I'll also be sharing the events sesh post for you to RSVP to it. If you would like to attend, you can set up a reminder for that. And one last event that I would like to mention, we haven't talked about it yet, but this month is Collab.Land's birthday. It's the 3rd anniversary, and we're going to be having some events to celebrate this birthday party. So we're going to be sharing all of the information regarding this birthday party. I'm super excited about that. But yeah, stay tuned to our events if you would like to join this big celebration. I'm so excited about this. I think it's going to be really cute. So yeah, just to briefly mention that we'll be sharing some more details later as soon as we have them. And lastly, when it comes to these events and community section, just a quick reminder, if anyone in the audience joined the emoji contest, that's already finished, and we shared all of the winners and all of the prizes information and all of that. The emoji contest is already closed, but if you joined this contest, if you were a participant, please note that there are private threads that were created from the general channel. And it has a POAP code for you to claim for having joined this contest. And it needs to be claimed before May 21st. So just a quick reminder that if you join the contest, you can go find this thread. If you can't find it, you can let me know and I will tag you again for you to be able to see it. But yeah, you need to claim this POAP before May 21st. Again, and we also ask people if they would like to share their wallet address for us to send them a CryptoKitties NFT as well as part of their participation prize. So there's that option too, just to mention that as well. And wow, with that's I think that we're good to wrap things up. That was all of the topics that we had to talk about during this town hall. Thank you everyone so much for sticking with us. I think maybe Anjali, is there any reminders that we would like to share with the audience before we end the call?
Oh boy. I mean, every single time we have town hall, I'm like, are we going to go over? Or are we not going to go over? And today really looked like we weren't going to go over. And now look, we're 15 minutes over. So no, I'm not going to say much. I'll just say, come to Media Team on Friday. We have a podcast happening this afternoon. Let's see how that goes. I don't have an agenda. So show up. It'd be nice to see some familiar faces. A lot of stuff that Nerd talked about with governance, that's happening. Top 100 communities, that's happening. We have DevRel office hours this week, which we didn't even get to talk about, but we do. That's on Thursday. And then we also have our, what else do we have on Thursday? Oh, we have our Twitter Spaces on Thursday. So, it's another full week here at Collab.Land, and we're just so thrilled and happy to have you here and just grateful for your participation. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Anjali. And we always do this. We always think that we're going to be less than an hour in here, and this always happens, really. So thanks, really, everyone, for sticking with us and for staying here with us in the call. And what else? I guess to mention again, you can find the recordings for our town halls in our YouTube channel and the recordings post here in the Discord. We linked it in the stage chat, but let's do that again just in case that you missed it. And you can find all of the recordings for our Twitter Spaces, for our town halls, for CTO office hours, several office hours, all of those events. You can find the recordings in there if you would like to go back to them, or if you missed any of them. You can find those in our YouTube and in these recordings posts that I just shared in the stage chat. Again, thanks everyone for joining the town hall. Please stay tuned to our events and announcements channels. We share all future events in there and all updates, any announcements, news, anything exciting regarding Collab.Land. We share that in the announcements channel, so stay tuned to those. And thanks again. Thanks, Anjali and Nerd and James for joining the panel today. It has been fantastic having you guys here today.
Thank you, Chibi. As always, you're a delightful host, and we're lucky to have you. So thank you. And thank you, Nerd, for your explanation. That was awesome. Talking about governance and talking about all the complexities is not easy, but you do it in such a way that makes sense to everyone. So thank you to everyone. And thank you, everyone that's joining and supporting. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for hosting and holding the space for us, Chibi. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. See you all next time. Bye-bye.